Hey there, I am going to do something a little bit different this time. I am going to record a video of what I'm talking about in this email in case this is a better way for you to learn and get this message. So, anyway, I'm going to talk about communication between men and women and the differences. And so, I just want to start out by saying, from time to time, I hear you guys say she filed for divorce, and I had no idea my marriage was in such bad shape until then. And I'll just be honest with you, sometimes I wonder how you can be that clueless. But then I heard something that made me realize that I had been approaching this all wrong and that I was missing something super important. And that is that the way you are communicated with by your dads and coaches and things like that is through yelling. And that's when you know to take serious action, right? If somebody is yelling and intense, that's when you know that you need to do something. But general conversation can sound a lot like yelling and be pretty intense just on its own. It is not uncommon for maybe your dad. Let me clear. I'm talking about general statements here. This isn't going to be everybody's situation. But a lot of times, dads yell, and that's just how they communicate with their sons. And it isn't until it gets really intense that boys pick up on, oh, this is when I'm supposed to jump into action, right? And from my experience, I just want to point out, girls are not taught that. And so what happens with yelling is they really internalize it as something's wrong with me, something's wrong in this, in this case, in this marriage, and then the tears come out, right? So let me just say that again. Girls are not yelled at. And so they think something's wrong and they internalize it. And boys are often just yelled at as a manner of communication. And so no red flags go up. And so if yelling is what you do to finally make a move, that's when you know that it is important to jump up and act, then that form of communication is not going to work out all that well with your wife. So, I'm just thinking about, it's college football season. Many of you know I love college football, and I just watch on the sidelines of that and pro, and the way that people communicate, the way players are communicating is literally by yelling at each other in each other's faces. Even if it's hey, good job, it's yelling and it's an aggressive manner. And so that's kind of what I mean about I made this connection between just the way we communicate is so very different and is taken so very different. When women are giving information to you about the concerns they have in your marriage, and they are just using soft voices, you're not hearing it as urgent. And so that maybe is where some of these miscommunications are happening. And maybe that dynamic is at play here. Maybe she's like, why do I have to scream at you to be heard? And why are you yelling at me? Thinking that's when I will listen. And so I just want to invite you to consider what a shift in this area would look like. So the first shift is listen to her quieter voice and her quieter tone and quieter demeanor with new ears that include maybe this is urgent. Maybe what she is saying in a soft voice is urgent. And then on the other side of that is maybe you could communicate with her in less confrontational ways and softer tones and see if she, and by the way, I know you're not going to think it's confrontational because it's commonplace for you, but she will. And so if you communicate with her in that softer tone, let's see what happens. Try it out, or at least just look around your world and see where the louder, more aggressive conversations and tones are coming up and how often that means take action or not, and how that's showing up in communication with your loved ones, with your wife. Now, okay, I know some of you are like, are you kidding me? There are no conversations that aren't a fight or a fight in progress. And to you, I just say, then let's talk. Hop on a call with me and let's talk about what you can do to connect with her and have conversations with her that don't sound aggressive to her and that have you being heard and getting your messages across. I am really good at, like, some of my clients call me the wife whisperer. I am the person that can help you decode what she's saying and then be able to have some options on how you're going to take action from there. Let me help you. Hop on a call with me. You can push the button below and schedule a call with me, or you can go to my website, elisastaughter.com, and schedule a call from there. But let's talk. Let's get you feeling a lot better and communicating a lot more efficiently in your marriage. We can do this. You got this. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.